Oh, that's a bit better. That's a bit better. Oh, I'm live and I'm fussing about with my blinds. I'm trying to open my app, which allows me to make it a little bit less bright. And right in front of the window, I've got this kind of angelic glow, but it's not opening. So here we are. I'm live. It's just after 5 o'clock. Hello, welcome everyone. I am not long back from London today. I went into work for the day, a bit of a change of scene, different energy, just to shake things up a bit. Actually, I've had a really good day. I've been at the Albright in Mayfair, which is my members club where I go and hang out and work, and it's just a fantastic base for me in London. That's where I've been today, feeling really good. The sky is blue, the sun's been shining, so I am delighted and full of beans to be here with you today. Sadly, although it's Monday, I haven't been training with my trainer, Holly, who I normally see at about 3 o'clock on a Monday. So normally I rush here from having been working out outside, but she couldn't make today. So I'm going to have to go for a run myself after today's live, but no problem at all. I'm totally up for it. But first, to speak to you about today's topic. Look, before I jump in, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Caroline Flanagan. I'm a certified coach, I'm a speaker, and I'm the author of Be the First. And I help lawyers with imposter syndrome to stop overthinking, stop overworking, and start getting the recognition they deserve. That's my new byline. What do you think? I hope you like it. I've really been working on fine-tuning that so I can get super clear on who I'm particularly focused on working with. So today I want to talk to you about fake promotions. Now, the title of this live is Respect Where You Are. And the reason I wanted to talk about that today, oh, there we go. Just bear with me because my app's just opened up and it might let me just take the shine off, the shine off my face just a little bit. There we go. How's that? Much better. Right, so today I want to talk about fake promotions. I'm zooming as well, just to give you the full experience. Fake promotions, this idea, this concept that where you are, where you've got to, your current title or your current role somehow happened to you by accident. Somehow you got it for free. So inspiration for this, let me just angle that a little bit better. Inspiration for this topic, this week's live, came from a client of mine who, in a recent session, as part of her imposter program, we were looking at the part of the imposter speech, which is where you are. So we were looking at her beliefs, her thoughts about her current level, her current status, her current level of promotion. And she said something so revealing. What she said was, well, although I'm counsel, right, which is a level above senior associate in a law firm, I'm counsel, but it doesn't really count because I got it for free. I'm counsel, it doesn't really count because, well, to be honest, everybody gets it. All you have to do is not mess up, and basically that means you're automatically promoted. And this was so revealing. What it revealed was how little respect she has for where she is. Think about it. Think about something, if you get it for free, how little you value it so much of the time. I mean, we love the idea, don't we, of like not having to pay for things, not having to like invest in anything and it just coming our way. But when you think about it, the things you get for free, the free vouchers you sometimes get, the free offers, I'm thinking of like when you're walking down the street and somebody tries to hand you something for free. So much of the time, actually, you might just take it, put it in your pocket, not think about it again, discard it, or even think that it's less useful to you, that maybe even have a suspicion around it about whether it will do what you want it to do. So while initially the idea of getting something for free sounds appealing, how we really treat it is we devalue it. And that's what I want to talk about today. The importance of not devaluing where you are, where you've got to so far. So easy, isn't it? Especially if you suffer from imposter syndrome. So easy to dismiss your current position, your current level as, well, anybody could do it, or I just got given it because, and think of all these reasons that have nothing to do with you and nothing to do with your merit. And what I want to say to you today is how incredibly important it is that you value exactly where you are. So why is it important? There's 3 reasons. First of all, if you aren't able to, well, let's put it this way, how you feel about where you are right now impacts hugely your ability to get to the next level. Okay, so if you are very blasé about where you are, let's say if we call it level 2, then how effective you're going to be in doing what's required to get to a level 3, it's going to be so much harder because you're not even content and confident in the role you are at level 2, right? So how you feel about where you are now affects how successful you'll be in getting to the next level. Second reason why it's important is that how you feel about now is going to affect the journey itself to getting to the next level. What I mean by that is that, as we know, life is an arena. If you listen to my podcast, you will know that life is an arena. That means the challenges, the obstacles, the setbacks, they're all part and parcel of life. It doesn't mean anything's gone wrong. It's all part of the journey. So feeling good about where you are now is so important for those moments when you have those setbacks, those moments when you have those failures. You're trying to reach the next level, but it's not a straight line. It's a journey and you're in an arena. So it's really important you have that foundation. Well, I'm here. So whatever I'm trying to achieve going forward, whatever obstacles I encounter along the way, I know where I am. I've got that grounding in where I am. So that's the second reason why how you feel about where you are is so important. Hi, Kathy. Glad you're enjoying this and glad you can see, yes, a trap we can all fall into. Nice to see you. The third reason why it's important that you respect where you are is because of how prepared you'll be when you do make it to the next level, how prepared you will be for that. Think about it. If you dismiss kind of your current role and just say, oh, well, it came to me easily, you don't have that ownership over where you are now. Imagine how little ownership you're going to have over where you go to next. I can't tell you how many clients I work with who've actually, their biggest problem isn't getting the promotion. Their biggest problem is having the promotion and finding the confidence in being at that level. Yeah, because what they've done is their self-concept is still left behind. It's still like 2 promotions ago. That's where they saw themselves. So because they weren't able to properly own the level that they were at before their recent promotion, it means that when that promotion happened, which it did for, well, all sorts of reasons, when it happened, they weren't able to have a sense of ownership over that either. To make this less abstract, a lot of the lawyers I work with, they still in their minds see them as the person who was that young trainee who qualified so many years ago. That's how they think of themselves. Their self-concept is really outdated. So if they're able to work their way, grind away through the levels and get promoted to something like partner, it is so painful and difficult if where they see themselves, when they look in the mirror, how they see themselves, how they feel, is still that junior trainee from years ago. So respecting where you are is so important. It's about bringing your self-concept up to date so that what you do from here, you have that safe, secure grounding in where you are right now. It makes it easier to move up to the next level. I'm thinking of if you had a ladder and you were trying to go up a ladder to get to us. My husband was trying to clear the gutters the other day, being a very good handyman. And as you go up a ladder, if you don't have your foot securely on the current rung that you're on, any attempt you make to go to the next rung is going to be hugely compromised, right? So that's one way of thinking of it as steps in a ladder. Make sure your footing is steady where you are. So what I'm going to say to you and talk to you about, well, leave you with today is a way for you to start thinking differently about where you are so that it serves you and prepares you for where you go to next. All it takes is for you to let go of this thought that where you are is for free, that where you are, you happen to be at this level because it was automatic. The example I want to give you is of becoming a bit older, right? Is when you have a birthday. I was thinking about this because my eldest son, Dylan, he turned 18 over the summer. Now, he obviously turned 18 automatically, right? He didn't have to go through some sort of grueling long process where he had to apply to be 18 and someone told him that he qualified or he didn't. He turned 18 automatically. But he's not going around saying, well, I got to 18 for free. He's not going around saying, oh, it doesn't count that I'm 18 because I didn't have to like work for it and go through a grueling process. Absolutely not. He is walking around owning the fact that he is 18. And here's why. He had a whole year of being 17 before he was allowed to be 18. And then before he was 17, he's got 16 years worth of life experience. And all of that adds up to him being qualified to be 18. So, yes, it happened automatically on his birthday, but actually it was 17 years, 18 years in the making. So that's how I want you to think about where you are now. It may not be that you've even had a promotion recently, but you are a year more experienced. You are a year older, more mature, right? And that means you've got a year more value. So instead of, well, it's just automatic, I've been here an extra year, I got it for free. How about thinking, this has been another year in the making. I earned this. Yeah. I am exactly, this is one of my favorites, I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. And to finish off, I want to give you an example of how that works for me in my life. I was sitting here thinking before this live, how different it would be if I showed up to my work thinking I got to where I got to for free. So a couple of months ago, I did a big presentation to a US law firm. It was very exciting. It was my first US gig. And it was a massive audience, big, and I felt like huge pressure, obviously, to do a really good job and really felt invested in wanting it to be great. And I felt like it was a really big kind of like step to the next level for me to have this US audience. And I think about if I had shown up to delivering that talk, thinking that where I was at the time, well, I just got there for free. That I didn't really earn it. I didn't do any exams to be able to talk in front of a massive US audience. I didn't go through a grueling process. I wonder if I had shown up thinking, well, it doesn't really count where I am. Imagine what my presentation would have been like. Can you imagine how uncertain and unsure I would have been of myself? Looking at the screen, seeing all those faces looking at me, knowing the expectation that everybody had about this big event. If I was thinking, well, I only got here just like automatically, I'm not actually any more qualified. Yeah, my whole state of mind would have been so insecure, so self conscious, so worried and focused on myself, worried about whether I was doing a good job. That wouldn't have worked at all. And for sure, if I was just caught up in myself and worrying about whether it was any good or not, what would have happened? Well, I would have obviously had less focus, less energy to give to my audience. So here's what I did instead. Here's how I show up instead. Here's how I'm showing up for you today. Here's how I show up to my talks to every one of my individual clients. I'm exactly where I want to be. And even in those moments where I might feel, oh, I don't know if I can, sometimes I have coaching sessions where I think, do I even know how to coach? And that question will come in my mind. Sometimes I'm about to step in front of a camera and I think, do I even know how to do this? I have those moments of self-doubt. As I've talked about before, I have the imposter syndrome that comes up. Am I fraud? I shouldn't be here. But it's not a problem to have those thoughts. The problem is in the believing them and letting that dictate how you show up. So when I have those thoughts of self doubt, I step into respecting where I am. It's a key part of the imposter speech that I teach you, and I teach my clients the different sessions. Respect where you are. So that's what I do when I'm showing up. I respect the fact that I've been doing this work for 15 years. I respect the fact that I've worked hard day after day, often without recognition. I've done Facebook Lives, nobody watching. I've written blogs, I've delivered the podcast, nobody listening for years, for months. And yet I kept going, kept respecting where I was, knowing that every single day I show up for work. Every year that goes by, I get more and more experienced. I get better at what I'm doing. When I come back to that, I respect where I am. I show up then, not just at the level that I'm at now, but with that ability to move to the next level. Think about that ladder, yes? I'm showing up to the current rung that I'm on, but because that's such a solid foundation, it's giving me the grounding to take the next step on the next ladder. So I'm looking, thank you, Kathy. You're liking the analogy of the ladder, yeah, and also life being an arena. It's a great one. As soon as we keep that in mind, or as long as we keep that in mind, any obstacle or setback means, well, nothing's gone wrong. It's all part of the way things are supposed to be, the way things unroll and unravel. So for us, our only job is to rise to the challenge of what that arena throws up. So you're talking, Kathy, about your journey starting actually when you, at 16, you say, you discovered affirmations for anxiety. Oh, I love that. And then being 30 years this year, oh, lucky you, super young. But you say still learning, applying, discovering and growing. I love that. That's what this journey is about. It is a journey. And so what I'm sharing with you today about respecting where you are, it's respecting the journey, actually, every step of the way. In the introduction of the podcast, I say it's not the final destination that matters the most. Sure, it matters to us, but what counts is who you're becoming every step of the way. And in order to become that person, to be constantly evolving, you have to respect every step of the journey. If you shortcut it, try to get to the next level without respecting where you were before, and it doesn't count. It's like a hollow victory. So I hope you enjoyed that very short live today, talking about respecting where you are. Just want to leave you with that question. How do you feel about where you are? If you have any negative thoughts about that at all, if you're even remotely dismissive about your current title, your current job role, how you may have got there, if you're too busy thinking about other people who've moved on further than you and you're worrying about that, come back to where you are. Work on respecting everything that it's taken for you to get where you are, and be sure and be grounded in that. And that's going to give you what you need to in order to achieve the next level, in order to actually experience and enjoy the journey, right? All those setbacks and all the arena you're going to encounter. You need the grounding in where you are to enjoy that and to rise to the challenge of that journey. And crucially, respecting where you are is going to make you better equipped. It's going to make you prepared for when you do get to that next level, you're going to be ready for it and up for the challenge. Thank you so much, everybody, for listening today. Thank you so much for your comments, Kathy. I've loved reading them today. I hope you have a lovely evening or whatever time of day it is where you're listening to this now. I'll be back next week at 5 o'clock and I will be talking about, what will I be talking about next week? I'm going to have to put it on the Facebook Live because it's gone out of my mind now. I'll be talking about, what was it? Oh, yes, feast or famine. That's when things are like swinging from one extreme to another, when it feels like life is like 1 minute it's brilliant and you've got so much of everything, and the next minute it feels like it's awful. So all those roller coaster emotions. Look forward to seeing you then. Have a wonderful evening, everybody. Bye for now. Thank you.